Hey everyone, happy Friday. And continuing on with our Facebook Lives on Friday. I have a few spare moments here while my kids are outside playing with my wife, so it's kind of quiet around here right now. So I figured I'd jump on into my Facebook Live before they come back in and, potentially make a whole ton of noise and disturb us. So um, as you might expect, today's Facebook Live is regarding the situation that we're all in around the world with this COVID-19 virus. And I hope everyone is doing okay, making the best out of it, and doing the best they can with the situation that they're in. As always, please, if you need anything at all, have any questions or anything like that, please reach out. Happy to help anyone that needs any kind of assistance or anything like that. But one of the things that I've been kind of thinking about is there's a lot of stuff out there about how to keep your immune function in its peak performance, and so if you do happen to encounter the virus, that you're able to fight it off, and that's all well and good. But at the same time, we're being encouraged to practice what's called social distancing, and for good reason, right? We want to make sure that we are staying away from other people that could potentially be sick, and to help prevent the spread of the virus, which makes a lot of logical sense. At the same time, we need to keep in mind that social distancing does not mean social isolation. And this is actually very relevant when it comes to right now and being concerned about your immune function. Why is that? Well, social distancing is just a practice of keeping your distance away from someone. Social isolation is basically having no interaction with anyone. And social isolation is a problem for us humans, right? And you can imagine the mental aspects of being socially isolated. Some people deal better with less social interaction than others, but to some degree, almost everyone requires some type of social interaction and benefits from that in various ways. But now that we're being told to kind of social distance, and a lot of the things that we would normally have interactions, whether that be at work or at the gym or the coffee shop or restaurants or bars or whatnot, have been basically taken away from us, and we're confined to our place where we live. It can result in some social isolation. And the fact is that we evolved as humans to be very socially interactive people. And in fact, our bodies will change our immune function based on whether we are around other people or not. So imagine this, scenario where, a long time ago, you were with your tribe and you're around other people. And maybe for some reason you got outcasted, right? You were socially isolated. You no longer had a tribe. You were alone by yourself in, the wilderness or whatever, surviving on your own. Well, your body is going to adapt to that situation. So what doesn't it need to worry about anymore? Well, it doesn't need to worry about catching a cold, communicable diseases that you might catch from other people, right? Viruses, those types of things. Because you're not around anyone else. You're in the forest by yourself, alone. So it doesn't need to waste resources in ramping up the part of the immune system that would help you protect you from those communicable diseases. And what it does do is ramp up the part of the immune system that might help you protect you from kind of traumas. If you stepped on something sharp and got an infection, or you fell and scraped your leg, or that type of stuff. Something that could happen in your environment that might happen to yourself from the environment around you, but not necessarily something that you would catch from another person. So your body is actually smart enough to be aware of this and will upregulate and downregulate different parts of your immune system based on the environment that you are, or in the environment you're in, whether you're having social interaction or not. So in this time where we're practicing social distancing, and which may lead to social isolation because we're not having the normal social interactions that we normally would, the part of our immune system that would normally protect us against communicable diseases like viruses can get downregulated because we're not around anyone, right? Well, then what happens if you then all of a sudden happen to be around someone, right? You go out to the grocery store, or you because you need to get some food, or you happen to interact with people maybe while you're out walking or something like that. Well, you're less protected from getting those communicable diseases, which makes you more susceptible. So the key here is to practice safe social distancing, but not necessarily practice social isolation. Now, if you have family members around, like I have my wife and I have my 2 kids, it's probably not that hard, right? We all live in the same house. We can interact with each other daily, hourly, every minute at this point in time. They're always around, which is a good thing and also a bad thing, right? Some time by yourself is also good. But if you're someone who doesn't have immediate family around, you live by yourself and you're practicing social distancing, you could be also practicing social isolation. So it'd be good to find ways to interact with other people. Maybe that means FaceTime, Skype sessions, Zoom, whatever. We're actually seeing other people, interacting with them face to face, not just using Facebook or Instagram or something like that. We want like face to face social interaction. Other opportunities might be to practice social distancing, but at the same time be with other people. So if you live in a wide open area, you can easily go for a walk with someone and be a safe distance away from them, or a hike or a bike ride or something like that. My wife has been going out, continuing her runs with some of the running group that she does her runs with, and they're just staying further apart from each other than they normally would, and probably taking some extra precautions maybe to around touching certain things and whatnot, but she's still going out with them and interacting with them. I plan on going and doing some workouts with some people as long as the weather's nice and we can go outside and work out outside, so we can have plenty of distance between each other. So the key is to find a community, either virtually that you can interact with via video conferencing online, or still interact with people face to face, but do it in a wide open area where you can be further apart from each other while practicing safe distances, right? Because what we don't want here is to not only practice social distancing, but practice social isolation, and then downregulating our immune system and making us more susceptible to perhaps contracting the virus that we're trying to avoid in the first place. So that's my message from today. Just something to think about. Again, we want social distancing, not social isolation. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if anyone needs anything at all, any questions, workout advice, exercise advice, stress management, and that type of advice, social interaction advice, anything at all, please feel free to reach out to me, direct message me, schedule some time to talk. I'm happy to just talk to people if they want to talk. My calendar is up online. You can schedule a call with me. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the interest of doing health coaching per se. If you just need someone to speak to and ask some questions to, that's fine too. And trying to help out as many people as I possibly can when people need it. So feel free to reach out. Also, I'm putting out some great content I think it's great content in my weekly newsletter. So if you're not already signed up for that, you can go to my website, rjbhealth.coach. Sign up for the newsletter there. Lots of good stuff coming out this week. We talking a little bit about what to do, the best active rest postures that you can have. Also some workout ideas if you're looking for workout ideas, and a couple of different interesting topics will come out in the newsletter this week. As always, feel free to reach out, and I'll talk to everyone next week. Have a good week and enjoy the weekend.